make it.
And good evening once again from the Brothers Auditorium on the campus of Norfolk State University. I'm Jalen Dre, the immediate past SGA president, also a graduating senior political science scholar here at Norfolk State University.
And good evening. I'm Jordan Moody, a sophomore history education major from Newport News, Virginia, and I currently serve as this year's SGA Chief of Staff.
We would like to welcome you to night two of the Student Government Association candidate speeches and debates. Tonight is brought to you by the Initial Elections Commission, and at this time, we would like to acknowledge the members of the commission that are present in the room tonight.
Before we get started, the order of tonight's speeches will be Chief Justice, Miss Norfolk State University, Mr. Norfolk State University. Immediately following these speeches, we will hear from our SGA President and Vice President candidates before the debate.
So without further ado, our first candidate for Chief Justice is Sierra Carver Scotland.
Greetings, Spartan family. Greetings, Spartan family. My name is Sierra Carver, a second-year sophomore biology major hailing from the great state of New Jersey, and I am vying to be the next Chief Justice for the 2023-2024 academic school year. Running on the platform of proud, persistent, resilient, optimistic, unity within the Spartan community, and determined to make connections between the student body and staff. How many of you feel like you have a voice here on campus? As Chief Justice, I aim to listen to the concerns of the student body by setting up online and on-site concern boxes to the Dean of Students for review. This is the many ways I plan to bridge the gap between the student body and the Dean of Students. How many of you feel like you have a great relationship with the university and its resources? I plan to increase student engagement with NSU departments by hosting meet and greet events with different faculty members to build stronger bonds here on campus. How many of you know about the different resources here on campus that can help you strengthen your academic needs, such as the Counseling Center, the Writing Center, and TRIO for first-generation students? Remember, it's not who you know, but what you know. And I want all Spartans to be educated and well aware on how they can be their own self-advocate. Speaking of self-advocacy, does everyone know their rights as a student? Well, here at NSU, you're not just a student taking classes, but a Spartan with rights that needs to be protected. In the role as Chief of Justice, I will as chair of student panels, I will do everything in my power to address the rights of students and make sure each hearing is handled fairly. If elected Chief Justice, I will make sure all students are heard, all Spartans are well educated, and all Spartan rights are respected. With your support, I'm confident that we can make a brighter future together. Thank you, and behold the green and gold.
Thank you, Sierra. Our next candidate is Monica Pena.
Greetings, Spartan family. My name is Monica C. Pena, and I'm a second-year mass communication major from the Bronx, New York. And it will be an honor to serve as the next Chief Justice for the 2023 to 2024 term. If given an opportunity, by the grace of God and y'all, I will be not only dedicated, but also 100% committed to upholding the standards and effectively executing the role of chief to the best of my ability. My platform is based on inclusivity and equal opportunities for all students, regardless of their background. I know that I am the best candidate for this role because I'm a good talker, but an even better listener. And with my communication and networking skills, I can vouch for students' concerns and be the spokesperson that this campus needs. I would like to share a few of my goals that I have planned for the Spartan community. My goal is to implement more events that cater to students' wants and needs, and by this I mean listening to students and what they want out of their college experience here at NSU and making those aspirations come to reality the best way that I can. I would also like to specifically focus on student mental health at NSU because it is an important issue that should not be taken lightly, and I plan to have events that focus on that. I would also like to plan more events on campus that students can actually enjoy. A long-term goal that I cannot make any promises on but would like to see happen in the near future is extended visitation, which will hopefully come over time, and if elected as chief, I will do my part by attending city council meetings so that we can possibly get extended visitation for next year. Lastly, being chief is important to me because it will give me the opportunity to be the voice of the students as they voice their concerns and be a positive role model and let others lead by example. As chief, it would be an honor to uplift the community and strive for greatness. As always, behold the green and gold. Thank you.
Thank you to both of our candidates for Chief Justice. We will now hear from our candidates for Miss Norfolk State University.
Beginning with Devaney Dirk.
Greetings, Spartan family. I am Devaney Burke, a junior psychology major, criminal justice minor, and I'm running to serve as the next Miss Norfolk State University. I have served as a presidential intern, a student ambassador, a president of the Ladies of Sparta Dance Line. Not only that, I'm a member of Queen and You, Women's Initiative, Spartan Cavalry, a volunteer at FACT, Families of Autistic Children in Tidewater, and a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I have a heart for service and a great love for the welfare and success of our campus community, and I am earnestly seeking your support for my campaign. The opportunity to serve as Miss Norfolk State University is a privilege that I intend to honor by creating opportunities for growth, enhancing school morale, and amplifying Spartan strength. Through my initiative, MAIL, Molding Affluent and Impactful Leaders, I will make students aware of every resource and networking opportunity available for incoming freshmen to graduating seniors. I will also innovate new resources and opportunities for the Spartan community to support learning and personal and professional development. To promote campus morale, I will use the university's readily available resources to make sure every Spartan's passions align with the opportunities available. Through an emphasis on maintaining a keen intellectual, physical, and emotional balance, I will make sure that every student remains Spartan strong. I understand the personal commitment we have and must take to make a difference in the lives of others in the community, and will foster the same spirit to maintain Norfolk State University's culture of care. As vying to be your next Miss Norfolk State University, I will implement programs like Spartan Summit to generate relationships between peers on a professional level. I will also develop a Spartan Showcase, which will allow students' innovations to be seen and sold on campus. Wouldn't you like to see designs from fellow Spartans sold in the bookstore, their recipes sold in campus dining facilities, their art on the walls around campus? I will ensure that students are proud of the school we attend and feel a sense of ownership knowing that they are active contributors to the campus culture. As I will exemplify dynamic, innovative leadership and serve as an example for what we can accomplish together as affluent and impactful leaders. I am Devaney Burke, and I am counting on your support in helping me become the next Miss Norfolk State University.
Thank you, Devaney. Next, we will hear from Ms. Destiny Jackson.
Our destiny is not written for us, but by us. So take a moment to ask yourselves, what is it that you desire? I aspire to continue the great legacy of queens before me and to pave the way for those to come. You may wonder, is she fit to lead? I have a record proven to bleed that emerald green and citrine. From the way that I work and diligently serve others to the way that I love and care for one another. I am your destined Miss Norfolk State University. To the #1 HBCU in the nation, I am Destiny Faith Jackson, a second-year political science intellect representing the noble Newport News, Virginia, and I'm humbly vying and gracefully trying to lead our institution that was founded on excellence, integrity, and pride as the next Miss Norfolk State University. It is in your moments like this that your destiny is shaped. There is no armor that can stand tall against our Spartan fate. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from Ms. Jasmine Antoine.
Behold. I think y'all can do better than that. Behold. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. My beloved Spartan family, vying to be the next Miss Norfolk State University, I am Jasmine Dior Antoine, a second-year chemistry pre-med major minoring in mathematics, representing Chesterfield, Virginia. I stand firmly on my platform, Dream Big. Dream Big encourage students to set short, intermediate, and long-term goals for the future. DREAM stand for dedication, responsibility, education, action, and motivation, which are essential characteristics needed to evaluate yourself. My ultimate goal is to provide resources that encourage students to push themselves through obstacles and strive for greatness. I believe I am the best Miss Norfolk State candidate because I live on my platform daily. I obtained my CNA degree at 18, started and funded my own business, and achieved my first degree black belt in martial arts. These accomplishments reflect my hardworking persona, my ability to think critically, and make a splendid appearance. Outside of this, I pride myself on integrity and having a positive mindset, oftentimes encouraging people to excel just by entering the room. As Miss Norfolk State University, my first initiative will be to implement Motivational Mondays, which will spread positive messages to scholars. Studies show people refuse to apply themselves because of the fear of rejection. I will implement SOS, Spartan on Spartan, which is peer-based support system that creates a safe space for Spartans to voice their needs and interests. Lastly, I would like to create a networking system that allows Spartans to intermingle and learn complex life lessons, such as finance management, the importance of investment, and how to be successful post-graduation. Setting goals aid in greater direction, imminent focus, and higher levels of motivation. Nevertheless, I am determined to make a difference in my community. I would like to leave you with this. Even though you will experience pressure, diamonds are made from pressure. Dream big and work hard. Thank you.
Next up is Ms. Sierra Leone Sanders.
Greetings, Spartan family. I am Sierra Leone Alexandria Sanders, a third-year exercise science scholar with a concentration in kinesiotherapy, with roots all the way from Beaumont, Texas, by way of the Crescent City, New Orleans, Louisiana. First and foremost, I'd like to extend my gratitude to everyone who is involved in this process for me. My love for the university runs deep, and I find solace in consistently advocating on behalf of the student body at large. Spartans, I ask you humbly, what motivates you to keep going? As young adults of the future, who do you look to set the example? I am standing firmly on my platform, what dreams are made of. It is derived from the idea that anyone can achieve anything they put their mind to without compromising their true character or integrity to fit the status quo. I want to set the example and be the example. As Miss Norfolk State University, I will work toward student advocacy through the integral lens. This means ensuring that the needs of each student, current and incoming, are met and exceeded. My platform, What Dreams Are Made Of, works to take the dreams and aspirations of each student and turn them into reality. I believe that I am the best candidate for Miss NSU because I have an infinite amount of compassion for the needs of the student body, and I have the initiative to combat social and university-wide issues. More importantly, in relation to the previous statement, I am expanding the basis of my platform to advocate for students with disabilities with emphasis on invisible and mental disabilities to increase opportunity and inclusion here at NSU. I am starting with myself. I, Sierra Leone Alexandria Sanders, aspire to be Miss Norfolk State University for the 2023-2024 academic year. Spartans, I'll leave you with this question. What are your dreams made of? Thank you.
And now we will hear from Ms. Shamira Abdullah.
I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was. Muhammad Ali. Good evening, Spartan family, friends, and faculty. I am Shamira Abdullah, a third-year health services management major from the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm running to be your next Miss Norfolk State University for the upcoming year of 2023 to 2024. I'm standing on my platform of DEI. That stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Every student at NSU comes from a different background. However, once we step foot on campus, we are now on the land of Spartans. Yes, I am Muslim. I helped develop the Muslim Student Association to find and be around people who believe in the same God like me. So what happened on Fizz yesterday definitely cannot happen again. Ignorance cannot be tolerated. With that being said,
With that being said, if elected, I'm taking action to create a fair and unbiased environment where we all can thrive successfully, implementing programs that inform you and shed light on those underrepresented. A new face means a new face of leadership. I would love to restore the pride, passion, and love that we have for our HBCU. I will step up, speak out, and make a difference for the incoming students and present students who attend the Norfolk State University. You have to allow change, so let me be that change. If crowned Miss Norfolk State University, I promise to always be respectful, to be transparent, engaged, and always a listening ear. I don't ever want anyone to feel like they are not being heard. So with that being said, I hope you will consider me to be your next Miss Norfolk State University. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our candidates for Miss Norfolk State University. We will now hear from our candidates for Mr. Norfolk State University.
Starting us off is Zakari Jackson.
Greetings, my royal Spartan family. I am Zakari Rashad Jackson, well known as Prince Jackson, a sophomore majoring in mass communication all the way from the bayou of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Feast your eyes upon the one and only gentleman that will stand firm and committed as I cast my candidacy for Mr. Norfolk State University. As a prince rising to be king, I lay before you my platform that we will stand on together, and that platform is impact. Making an impact is what I believe that makes me the best candidate for Mr. Norfolk State University. Yes, the one who serves Norfolk State University effectively and continuously by providing guests and administrators and future Spartans with an experience and knowledge of this world-renowned institution. Yes, the young man that serves all 10 residential halls on campus by making sure that your stay here is done with hospitality, safety, and a voice. And yes, the handsome young man that stands before you that has served the student body with career and internship opportunity to begin your future. Those are some of the many impacts I have made while being a student of Norfolk State University. So again, feast your eyes upon the one and the only known leader that will not use this position for no personal gain, but for influence and to grant you the cry for better you expect to see. My platform is held by 3 pillars just for you. Number 1, highlight. In this position, I will highlight the achievement, commitment, and hard work of the student body and encourage it to be widely spread across platforms that will bring you appreciation and opportunities for your future. Experience. This Spartan experience here is already enhanced, but why stop there? As Mr. Norfolk State University, I will bring you to the table to cast your ideas and expectations to brighten your experience here and continue to do so for the future Spartans that will become into the university. And after that, number 3, resolution. Your thoughts and concerns matter to me most. And I am a man of my word, and a man's word is all he has. I will be the voice for you, with you, and on behalf of you for resolution here at Norfolk State University. So let us all come together and do the right thing. Some know me as Prince, but I will be honored when you vote me to be king as Mr. Norfolk State University. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakari. Next up is Miles Parks Tiller.
Good day, everyone. I am Miles Parks Tiller, a junior de minimis chemistry pre-med major from Detroit, Michigan, and I am running to be the next Mr. Norfolk State University. Take a second and think about your ideal lifestyle. Is it luxurious? Do you vacation often? More importantly, what habits are required of you in order to live this lifestyle? While we each have a unique perception of our ideal selves, one similarity is that it is ideal to be healthy and wealthy. But the question is, how do you maintain and increase the wealth you acquire? My platform, Spartan's Ideality, answers this question by focusing on the concept that health is wealth, emphasizing that in order to build and enjoy the benefits of the wealth we possess, we must begin by investing in our own health to develop the sound mind and body necessary to enjoy our success. I am the best candidate for Mr. Norfolk State University because your success is important to me. As a chemistry tutor and the vice president of the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Scholars, I've been able to give back to this campus what I've received by providing networking opportunities and tutoring to those determined to progress. As Mr. NSU, I will use my network to provide us with the resources we need to lead healthy, successful lives and become increasingly wealthy throughout them. I plan to discuss the allocation of funding toward on-campus recreational facilities, the counseling center, and the Spartan Health Center with university leaders to provide accessibility to the resources necessary to lead our ideal lifestyle. I will use my platform to advocate for financial literacy seminars where we are taught the importance of land ownership and good credit, and how to invest and save for long-term wealth. We will be equipped with the tools necessary to break generational curses. I want to thank you for supporting me thus far, and I ask for your continued support on Friday by voting Miles Parks Tiller for the next Mr. Norfolk State University.
Thank you, Miles. Finally, we have Malik Cunningham.
Greetings, Spartans. I am Malik Isaiah Cunningham Willis, a junior majoring in information technology, originating from the 410, Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm aspiring to be your Mr. Norfolk State University. I wear a few different hats around here on campus. For those who do not know me, I'm a Spring 22 initiate of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I'm the business manager for the National Pan-Atlantic Council, and also a part of Army ROTC. Now, if I ever woke you up in the morning yelling, I apologize. I don't have a choice in the matter. Growing up, I was a bit of a loner. I didn't make many friends. I went to a combined 11 schools for K through 12. When I arrived here at Norfolk State University, the relationships I made here exceeded that of friendships. These are my brothers, my sisters, the faculty, my aunts, my uncles, This motivated me to create the platform Norfolk State Family. Here at Norfolk State, we eat here, we sleep here, we see each other every day. This is our home away from home. I want to be Mr. Norfolk State University, to be the representation of a campus that empowers the student body through a family environment. So, the 31st on Friday, please vote Malik Cunningham, Mr. Norfolk State University. All right, y'all always wanted to do this. Please don't let me down. Behold. Thank you.
Thank you, Malik. Folks, you have heard from our candidates for Miss Norfolk State University, Mr. Norfolk State University, and Chief Justice. We will now move to the SGA presidential and vice presidential debate. The SGA presidential and vice presidential candidates The SGA presidential and vice presidential candidates have drawn a number to determine their placements and participation in today's debate. Please welcome candidates Jasmine Harris, Renee Thompson, Zacory Jones, Nita Collymore, Madison Washington, and Carson Small. I'm gonna try it one more time. Okay. Please welcome candidates Jasmine Harris and Renee Thompson, Zacory Jones and Nina Collymore, Madison Washington, and Carson Small.
The debate will open with opening statements by each candidate. We ask that you please be respectful by allowing each candidate to finish their statements before you applaud. Beginning with Jasmine Harris.
Before we start, I would like to test the energy. When I say set, you state the standard. Set. 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 Leaders are to be adaptable and resilient, which is why we can assure you that we will have what it takes to lead the illustrious Norfolk State University with the utmost diligence and honor. Greetings, Spartan family. I am Jasmine Nicole Harris, a third-year exercise science, health, wellness, and rehabilitation major, minoring in mass communications from the striking city of Richmond, Virginia. And I am humbly vying to be the next SGA president for the 2023-2024 academic school year, alongside Renee Thompson, a second-year business major from the favorable city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. She is humbly serving as the next SGA vice president. The standard of excellence administration is breeding excellence, which is why we firmly stand on the objectives of perseverance, inclusivity, and resilience. I believe that I am the best candidate for this position because of my accolades throughout my time here on this campus, my zealous energy for the student body at Norfolk State, and drive to see this illustrious Norfolk State University excel in all its talents. We pledge to be the stepping stone for each and every student's future, bringing more leadership conferences, training sessions, internship opportunities, and new and exciting events on campus. We will present these practices to the student body to mold them into innovative leaders. So, if you don't mind me asking, how many of you want to be prepared for your future endeavors? How many of you want to succeed in all lanes of life? And how many of you want to excel with the standard of excellence administration? If these resonate with you, then on March 31st, vote Jasmine Harris and Renee Thompson to be your next SGA president and vice president, where we will set the standard. Thank you, and behold the green and gold.
Thank you, Jasmine. Next, the opening statement of Zacory Jones.
Greetings, everyone. It is now time for the revolution. Jones and Collymore will revolve Sparta into a new era. Greetings and humble salutations, Spartans. I am Zakori Jones, a sophomore psychology major hailing from the vibrant city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Alongside my counterpart, Nina Collymore, a junior business major hailing from the majestic Memphis, Tennessee. Change is now, and it will happen with Jones and Collymore in office. As a community, we have potential to achieve great things. One of our top priorities while in office will be to bridge the gap between faculty, the student body, and the student government. We need to foster better communication and collaboration to ensure that everyone's voice is heard and valued. We believe that by working together, we can achieve great things. In addition to bridging the gap between the student body and the student government and the faculty on staff, we also plan to enhance student engagement, culture, and inclusiveness. These are critical components of a thriving community. We want to see more student-led initiative events that celebrate our diverse backgrounds and opportunities for all students to get involved and make a difference. To achieve these goals, we will work closely with student organizations to create a general body which will mimic the House of Delegates that will create more opportunities and engagement and culture. We will also work with the Office of Student Life and Diversity to ensure that our campus is inclusive and welcoming to all students, regardless of their backgrounds. As we embark on this journey together, we ask for your support and your trust. We promise to be strong advocates for your needs and concerns. We will work tirelessly and ensure that Sparta becomes the best version of itself. Let's revolutionize Sparta into a new era. Behold the green and gold. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakori. Lastly, we will hear from Madison, Washington.
If a rose tried to be a sunflower, it will lose its beauty. Whereas if a sunflower tried to be a rose, it will lose its strength. Needless to say, being yourself is the best way to implement change. Greetings, Spartan family. I am Madison Washington, a senior psychology major with a minor in criminal justice. Born and raised in the state known as the First, Newark, Delaware. I stand before you alongside my partner, Carson Small, to announce our campaign for change. For the next 60 seconds, I task you to follow me on a journey. Imagine Norfolk State as our garden, and we are the seeds. In order for us to prosper, we have to endure the dirt, sunshine, and the rain. This may be referred to as our growth. We must ground ourselves in the dirt, embrace the sunshine, and weather the rain to continue to grow. Through the proper care and support, we bloom into beautiful flowers as referred to as vessels. In this instance, we choose a sunflower as our vessel, and it represents our vision. Sunflowers may be described as suppliers of strength, energy, and positivity. During our reign, we plan to help you plant your seeds of change. Our administration will give you all the tools needed to be successful by sprouting into your future self, instilling inclusivity, caring for your mental health, ensuring a safer campus, holding one another accountable, and by preparing you for after college life. As champions for hope, action, and new growth everywhere, we can rise and be the change. And remember always to behold the green and gold.
Thank you to all of our candidates. The debate will be split into 2 rounds. In each round, one candidate from each pair, either president or vice president, will be allowed to respond. Throughout the debate, the same questions will be addressed to both pairs of candidates.
During the first round, there will be no rebuttal of responses, meaning candidates are not allowed to address the other candidate's response. Lastly, candidates will have 2 minutes to answer each question.
During the second and final round, candidates will have the opportunity to rebuttal. It is important to remember to be respectful as you wait your turn to speak. In this round, candidates will also have 2 minutes to answer each question. Rebuttals will be limited to 45 seconds from each set of candidates.
Shall we begin? The first question, starting with Jasmine Harris and Renee Thompson. What made you run for this position?
Thank you for that question. I ran for the presidency of SGA president because I want to see the student body become closer together. I want to see a change on campus with student involvement. I want to see the faculty become more involved with students as well. I've been here long enough to know that we have a lot of talented young leaders at this university. So to see them come together, I definitely want to have my platform change that and allow them to become closer. Thank you.
Thank you. Same question, Zay Corey. What made you run for this position?
I ran for this position because I want to make a change at Norfolk State University. I have held this position as president for 2 consecutive years, as freshman class and sophomore class, and everything has been the same. That is why my platform is the revolution. I want to make a change and change the ways that the student government is viewed on campus. The student government is viewed as just a smiling face and waving, and basically we don't do no work. That's what most people view us as. But with me as an administration, I plan to actually get things done. Thank you.
You, Zay Corey. Keeping with the same question, Madison, what made you run for this position?
Thank you for that question. I served alongside of 3 administrations, standing beside Jeremiah O'Brien, Jalen Drury, and currently India Richards. I personally believe that I ran for this position because I took every avenue available to understand what student government actually stands for. Student government is here to serve as a student voice for all of you. So running for president was the best position for me because I feel like I'm already a great advocate for students here on campus when it comes to changing things, when it comes to implementing new programs, as well as building the bond between faculty and students. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. The next question is for Jasmine. Can you lay out your student leadership experience on campus?
Thank you for that question. My student leadership experience on campus has been very, very long. Since freshman year, I have been a part of multiple organizations and different administrations. I was the freshman class vice president. I was the sophomore and junior class president, student activities board, vice president, and event coordinator. I was a football manager, and I'm currently an athletics marketing intern. These accolades that I've accumulated so far can only help my resume and help you understand that I'm here to work diligently and tirelessly so that you can see that I'm ready to step forward and take place as the next SGA president. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. The next question is for Zay Corey and Nina. Upon completion of your term, what do you hope that your legacy will be?
Thank you for that question. When Zay Corey Jones asked me to stand alongside him to be a part of this administration, I knew I had to say yes. Too many times have students expressed that they have no access to opportunities to extend their own resumes and make a change on this campus. A moment of transparency, I was a part of the freshman class board and I left because I didn't like the way things were ran. But once Zay Corey approached me, I knew that I had to be a part of this change to make sure other students did not feel that way. The legacy that we want to make in the end of our term is that you were able to do something. You were able to say, I had access to all these opportunities that Norfolk State University has to offer. There should be no reason that students aren't outside or inside making the changes that they want to see. This isn't just going to be our administration, it's going to be yours as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. The next question is from Madison and Carson. If elected, what do you as a leader bring to this position that will help to promote growth in the students around you?
If elected this position, some of the ways that we would promote change is listening more to the student body, since closed mouths don't get fed. And us here at Sparta is a family. And the main problems that come here at Sparta can be changed with us together. So including more of our student faculty and our student general body, we can come together and fix the problems that are at hand.
Thank you, Carson. The next question is for Jasmine and Renee. When looking at the current SGA, what is something you would like to see changed in the next administration?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that question. Being a part of the Lola League of Legacy Administration, they definitely make it very known that it's an open door policy. But what I want to bring with our administration is opportunities. I have been in student government since my freshman year, and I've had the opportunity to go speak to high school students, do community service within communities, bring different events to have other students bring show their talents, excuse me. So what I would like to bring and like to see change is have opportunities for those students that don't wear student leader hats. I feel like everyone on this campus can be a student leader in their own way. So we want to bring different opportunities for a different audience of students. Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. The next question is for Zakori and Nina. How will you be impartial to SGA members and hold them accountable?
Well, thank you for that question. Well, like I mentioned, I have served in SGA for about 2 years, and my freshman cabinet has had my friends on it. I had to learn that you have to be impartial because everybody views are different. Also, excuse me. Also, you have to make sure that when you are impartial, you have to make sure that you listen to everyone's voice because everyone's voice needs to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakori. The next question is for Madison and Carson. Experience and engagement with the NSU administration is an integral part of being president of the Student Government Association. What experience do you have working with current or former administrators that will help benefit you in this role?
Thank you for that question. As alongside of Jasmine and Zakori and Renee, and also Nina, I have served in SGA since freshman year as the freshman class senator, moving up into the sophomore class vice president. My junior year, which is this year, my third year, I serve as the executive administrator of Student Government Association, as well as the president of the Student Activities Board. And can you repeat the question? I do apologize.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Experience and engagement with the NSU administration is an integral part of being president of the Student Government Association. What experience do you have working with current or former administrators that would benefit you in this role?
I have experience working with administrators by sitting on the Board of Visitors retreat meeting, which was during spring break. So during spring break, as you guys were all home, I was still working alongside of Jalen and Jordan. We got the chance to sit on the board meeting and explain basically our student concerns. When it comes to being involved as faculty, our faculty is just seen working in their offices and as well as just passing us by on campus. When we were in that Board of Visitors meeting, we asked them to start coming around the campus more, to come out into the student center, to be at events more, so that you all may be able to see their faces. Alongside of working as SGA Executive Administrator, I have been able to work with Dr. Fitz, Dr. Brown, who serve in the student affairs side of our university, and they have given me the tools to come back to you all and explain that they're more than willing to show their faces. They just need to be invited to more things. So when Carson and I are elected, if we are elected, we will be inviting more of our faculty and our staff to attend events and be more on the campus. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. We will now move to the second round. As a reminder, during the second round, candidates will have the opportunity to rebuttal. It is important to remember to be respectful and wait your turn. In this round, candidates will also have 2 minutes to answer each question. Rebuttals will be limited to 45 seconds from each pair and will begin after all candidates have answered the initial question. The first question, beginning for Jasmine and Renee. What do you see as the top issue facing students, and how do you plan to combat it?
Thank you for that question. I feel like the main issue within the student body is balance. We all come to the university with the important goal to reach is to gain our degree. But I also feel like it's very important to build opportunities for your future and make connections within the community. What we want to bring is, we want to bring student leadership institutes where we teach students how to balance those things, because freshman year I have learned that it is difficult and it does get hard. The priority is definitely to graduate with the high standards of good grades while also building connections, because it's not about what you know anymore in the world, it's about who you know. So with us, we want to make it equal in our community. Thank you.
The top issue that students face on campus right now is access and equity. As I mentioned before, there are lots of opportunities on and off campus for students, monetary wise, and to develop their career as well. One thing that Zacory Jones and I plan to do to minimize that gap of equity and access is holding monthly general body sessions for all Spartans to be a part of, and then also holding bi-weekly meetings for organization leaders on different boards and on campus, just so that they can meet together to plan events together as well. One thing that not only I, but faculty members on NSU's campus have noticed is that there is a lack of student engagement. Students are not participating anymore. Students are not showing up to events, and it's left faculty and staff and student leaders as well wondering if students even care. And you all do. It's just that you don't know about these things and that you don't have the access to them. So as Student Government Association Vice President and President alongside Zacory Jones, we plan to change that through those efforts. Thank you.
Question for you all. What do you see as the top issue facing students, and how do you plan to combat it?
Thank you for that question. One of the top issues that I see on Norfolk State's campus is after college life preparation. The main issue is after students graduate from Norfolk State, what do they do with their lives afterwards? It's so hard to pick up off the ground once you leave college, and we want to fix that problem. With our platform, we plan to promote after college life development and really open up the campus more to more of our career service opportunities on and off campus through our Handshake, LinkedIn, and really promote that they can really prepare themselves. Hold on. They can prepare themselves for outside world.
Now, candidates, we will open up the floor for rebuttals if there are any. Please remember that you have 45 seconds to answer. There being no rebuttals, we will move to the second question. What are some ideas to better facilitate communication between student leadership and the student body at large to ensure there are open lines of communication? Beginning with Jasmine Harris.
Thank you for that question. A way that I feel we can bridge the gap of lack of communication so that students feel more comfortable talking to us is having an open door and an open box policy. The Student Government Association right now, we do have an open door policy, but I feel like we don't promote it well enough so that students can feel comfortable enough to come up and talk to us. So if elected, Renee and I, we would love to promote that better so you all feel more comfortable. And the open box policy will definitely have a box outside of the SGA suite and outside of our offices so that you can drop things in anonymously and we can read them and get back with you all in a timely manner, as well as something in on a link, a form, a Google form, so you can fill it out anonymously as well. Thank you. May you repeat the question?
What are some ideas to better facilitate communication between student leadership and the student body at large to ensure there are open lines of communication?
To ensure that there are open lines of communication, we plan to also have an open door policy and elevate our presence on social media, meeting students where they are. We also plan to partner up with NSU Campus Life and Diversity Department, the Police Department, the Student Affairs Department, and other departments on campus as well, so that students are aware of these different departments that are always hosting events, such as the career services, having annual JCPenney career services and development events, so that students can elevate their presence and be prepared for the outside world. These are just a few examples of things that are happening on campus, but again, that students aren't aware of. So opening those lines of communication via social media, on Instagram, LinkedIn, and encouraging students to participate in those platforms and checking their emails, that is how we plan to ensure open lines of communication. Thank you.
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. What are some ideas to better facilitate communication between student leadership and the student body at large to ensure there are open lines of communication?
The change administration strives to have open communication by implementing inclusivity, by encouraging students to check their emails as well, and by coming out to our weekly meetings, serving on planning committees as well for homecoming, Spartan Fest, for upcoming events such as town halls, and for our after college development conferences. We ask students to be engaged with us. We can only engage with you as much as you allow us to. So, therefore, your voice matters. And if you feel like you are not being heard, communicate that with us through social media, by in passing on campus. And sometimes all you have to do is shoot us a text. You know that we're always around, we're always on our phones. So we just ask that if we are not communicating effectively, that you communicate with us, and we will do the same with you. Thank you.
Next question is, as the SGA president, you also serve as the student representative to the NSU Board of Visitors. How do you plan on establishing credibility with the members of the Board of Visitors?
Thank you for that question. As the next president-elect and sitting on the board of visitors, excuse me, I will definitely feel that once that time comes, I'll communicate with them very well, as far as telling them that I have many accolades that has proven that I'm ready for this position to work alongside them and with them. When granted that seat, excuse me, I feel as though I will definitely communicate with them one-on-one to ask for advice, how I can better excel myself and my work ethic for the students. So sitting on the Board of Visitors is something that I really look forward to if elected. Thank you.
Once again, the question, as the SGA president, you also serve as the student representative to the NSU Board of Visitors. How do you plan on establishing credibility with the members of the Board of Visitors?
I plan on establishing credibility for the Board of Visitors, by basically showing them all the things I have been a part of, all the organizations I have led. I have led the I am the VCAN Vice President of Communications. I serve as the Males Initiative Chief of Staff, and I served as a sophomore class president and freshman class president. I have many accomplishments that I have achieved, and it shows for itself, and all the things that I have accomplished within that. Thank you.
Question again. As the SGA president, you also serve as the student representative to the NSU Board of Visitors. How do you plan on establishing credibility with the members of the Board of Visitors?
Like stated before, I have already sat on a Board of Visitors meeting. And so as going in as your new president-elect, I plan to establish my relationship with the Board of Visitors by allowing them to understand what our mission is as the change administration, letting them know that I am the student voice for the student body, and by delivering a report of our biweekly meetings, our monthly meetings, and our progress reports throughout the school year. When establishing this relationship with the Board of Visitors, I plan on also networking and allowing them to understand that our students want to know who you are just a little more. So come out, introduce yourself, network with students, give scholarships, and maybe even more. Thank you.
At this time, we will open the floor for rebuttal. There being none, we will go to our final question for the evening. In comparison to your opponent, Why do you think you are the best candidate to serve as the next SGA president and vice president?
Thank you for that question. I first want to thank you all for your time and your support throughout the whole week. It's really been it's been a blessing to just even have this opportunity. So I want to first say thank you. As the next president-elect for the Student Government Association, I want to make sure that once each student walks across this stage, that they can say they were molded into the best innovative leaders possible. I want them to know that they have access to us now and after they graduate. The change doesn't stop here. The standard doesn't stop here. I want to see everyone on TV. I want to see y'all sending me emails about what internships you got. I want to know that you guys are doing exactly what we plan for you all to do once I leave this stage today. So thank you.
We would like for both the SGA president and vice president candidate to answer, and you do have 2 minutes apiece.
Thank you. I feel like what I bring to the table as SGA Vice President is my ability to social interact, accountability for myself, organization, because I feel like you can't run a business without organization. You can't connect with people if you don't have social interaction skills, and you can't lead without, no, okay, sorry. I feel like my organization skills, accountability, and ability to connect and socially engage with students is very important for this position. I also feel like as a leader, you have to know how to be a follower. You have to know how to listen. You have to know how to take a stand and listen to everyone around you. So as vice president, I would like to bring I would like to bring all of my accomplishments and goals as vice president. Thank you.
The same question for Mr. Jones and Ms. Collymore. In comparison to your opponent, why do you think you are the best candidates for the next SGA president and vice president?
I am the best candidate for the next SGA president is because I'm personable. Many people come to me and are able to talk to me, and many people feel that they are not able to come to people in SGA because they hold themselves to a higher standard, or more so that they're just at the top of this roof, but not on the level with everybody else. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to speak to students. You're supposed to be able to go in the cab like, hey, how you doing? If everybody that knows me in this room knows that when they see Zay Corey, is a, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? That's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a scrunched face and just walk into a building. So as the next SGA president, I'm gonna bring personability. Thank you.
As the next SGA vice president alongside Zay Corey Jones, I bring the balance. And I bring the access and opportunity. There are so many good things happening right now inside and outside Norfolk State University's campus, and I don't want to be the only Spartan there. Just like Zay Corey Jones said, we're with you. Even though we're on a stage right now, imagine us on this same level, because I want to see you Spartans in my position when I leave. I have the opportunity to not only bring people with me, but bring those who are behind with us as well. And those who are in front of us should be doing the same thing. So, thank you.
Same question for Ms. Washington and Mr. Small. In comparison to your opponent, why do you think you are the best candidates for the next SGA president and vice president?
I believe that I am the best candidate for the next SGA president because to whom much is given, much is required. Over the last 3 years, I have been required and held to a higher standard than the rest of my peers. I have been a servant leader, I have been a laissez-faire leader, but most importantly, I am an advocate leader. All of these 3 things combined in one create the hardworking leader that I am today. As serving in my current position as Student Activities Board President, I already have been seen working alongside of my team. As SGA President, I plan to do the same exact thing, not sitting high and looking low. I plan to be in the field, just like my team, working hard to get your changes made, to make changes that you are asking for, to present you with the best opportunities possible, and to continue to make Sparta a better place. Thank you.
why I think I am the best choice for your next vice president of SGA is because I believe that I am a good listener. Whatever problem that you see on campus or you think that the campus has, you can always find a place or a welcoming ear for me to listen. I'll listen to your problem and I'll try to the best of my ability to make sure that problem will get solved.
Thank you to all of the candidates. At this time, we will open the floor for rebuttal.
I respectfully love what all the other candidates said. But one thing that me and Zay Corey Jones that we both did not mention, but I think it speaks for ourselves in our campaign, is solutions. And we bring solutions to the problems that you students are stating that you have. And so again, there are solutions that exist for the mental health issues that we've heard multiple times that students say that they have. A solution to that, every Wednesday, there's a mental health Wednesday that Norfolk State University has put in place. You can physically work it out, or you can go to the counseling center, which is on the 3rd floor in the Student Services Center, if you're not aware. And then they also offer 24-hour timely care solutions. So that's just one example of how we will offer solutions to you guys and ways that you can communicate with us. So thank you.
And the floor is still open to the other two candidates or tickets for rebuttal if you would like to.
All right, that concludes night 2 of the SGA candidates speeches and debates. We would like to thank all of the candidates and thank the Initial Elections Commission. Remember, Spartans, to vote in your emails this Friday, March 31st. Be sure to attend the Mr. and Miss Norfolk State University pageant this Sunday to find out the results. All right, Spartans, be safe and good night, everyone.